Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Well, sometimes you blink and the weekend is over and we're back. It's the Hy-Vee Today show for Monday, March 9th. Welcome, everybody. My name is Tony Tone. It is raining at the moment. We're doing the show, and it seems like we're going to have rain in the forecast for at least most of today into this evening. We had, I'm just going to say it, the last 3 Sundays have been the nicest days of 2020 so far. Wouldn't you agree? Yesterday it was just beautiful outside. High of like 66, 67, 68 degrees, depending on which weather app you use or if you ask your smart devices what the temperature is outside. And then daylight savings happens and we spring ahead an hour. And it was all good until this morning when I had to spring 2 guys out of bed, and they were very concerned about the fact that it was way too dark out. And you're lying. It's not time to go to school. And I was like, I promise. I don't want you. And I just want to go on record. I feel like we should try and time this out so that daylight savings happens and then spring break starts, right? Don't you think that's a better idea? Or we just do away with this whole silly daylight savings thing, because there's some people that are like taking a hard line on the daylight savings thing. So we did spring ahead, and it is, let's see what time it is. It's 8:35 at the very moment, I hope. No, most of these smart devices auto update. It's always like the time on your microwave, your oven, and if your car isn't new enough that you have to go in. I actually changed the time on my car, my Toyota Sienna Dad van. I changed it Saturday night because I didn't want to have to worry about it on Sunday. So I just went in and set it. So I was living in the future on Saturday. I just want you all to know that. We have a couple things to tell you. So this is pretty cool. On the set this morning is a copy of the Rotary International magazine, which is sweet. So this is, of course, Rotary Club in Muscatine recently celebrated, what was it, 100 years of Rotary, right? 100 years. I was there. I should know. It's just my memory is a little bad. I'm getting old now. And then inside on page, page 16, there's a nice feature on our friend Chris Anderson, the local artiste. And occasionally we catch him on a camera on the show because he's always happy to help us out. And this is awesome. So we've got the celebration of Rotary Club Muscatine at the top, and then our friend Chris Anderson, the artist. I'm looking to my left. He's right here right now, and this is very cool. The dude is super. I was talking about you yesterday. Your ears were probably burning, weren't they? Right? I was like, this guy paints buildings. And then you had, Chris says he had a workshop this weekend teaching kids how to paint, and that is super great that you're doing that. Next time you have one of those, let me know. It was like a birthday party. It was a birthday party of painting? That is smart. Wow. That's awesome. That's a super cool birthday, right? I took my kids to see the Sonic the Hedgehog movie on Saturday, and we got bumped out of our seats because somebody had reserved 2 rows for a birthday party. So I feel like whether you go to a movie to see a birthday or have a painting party with a local artist leading it, that is awesome. So yeah, and this is what's featured in the Rotary magazine, if you'll have it, is the celebration of the Rotary Club of Muscatine and the piece of art that Chris did that is at the Muskie Early Learning Center, correct? That's right. I should know. I walked past it this morning when I was heading out of the building. So that is super cool to have this be a tangible piece that is in hand, right? And a lot of recognizable folks and the top of that. So that is very good. All right. I like that. I want to just address the Barbies on the set. It is National Barbie Day. Right? I don't want to continue without acknowledging, why do we have Barbies? And yes, in case you're wondering, we do carry Barbies here at the Hy-Vee, right? Is this Skipper? Is that what that says? Skipper. This is Skipper. And then you have Barbie Dreamtopia right here, right? I see my future in a lot of these Barbies with my daughter. And then we have another Barbie right here. There you go. Barbie's still going strong, right? After all these years. Way to go, Barbie. You get your own day. Who knew? March 9th, National Barbie Day. All right. And then this is just because. Okay. Chris thought I needed a ball shooter. So you shoot your eye out with that thing. This could be fun. This could be fun to walk around. You bought it? You paid for it? Wow. You really paid for it? Man, people are going to think we got a budget on this show or something. These are great. I used to like these growing up, right? It should totally work. Oh, it's even got the rope tied right around it, right? So the key is to undo the string a little bit. I can't believe that I'm doing a demonstration about this. Like there's somebody watching that has never seen one of these before. That's okay. I totally remember these from back in the day. And then you just try and pull the trigger without, ready, Brad? You're going to have to zoom out a little. It's going to come right at you. Look at that. It's pretty good. Oh, this is good. This would cause so many fights in my house with my kids. Oh, man. They would somehow figure out you could just cut the string and then shoot the foam ball at each other, because that's what my brother and I did back in the day. This is great. Thank you. I really appreciate that. My wife is saying on Facebook that she thinks our oldest son, Henry, would love painting for a birthday party. Well, let's cancel his plans and talk to Chris then. What do you think about that? All right. So, yes, the weekend is come and gone. It's crazy how fast it goes by sometimes. I just want to give a quick shout out last night, and I'll grab a couple pictures and share with you later on in the show. But last night I was at Grace Lutheran Church judging their 3rd annual chili cook-off, and that was a great time. So thanks to Pastor Dan Baldwin and everybody that was there. 13 chili samples. So that's the most amount of chili I've had since the last chili contest I judged, and it'll be the last chili that I'll have until the next time I judge a chili contest. So definitely appreciate them. And yes, okay, so I did share personally one picture as we were getting ready to judge. You can see I have my official judge's little plaque with my name on it, and then the little scorecard. But then the real deal are Brenda Erber's Rice Krispie Treat sandwiches. Listen, I'm not going to tell you how good those are, because you should really have been there to try them for yourself. But it's a Rice Krispie Treat with homemade caramel in the middle, and then a couple extra marshmallows, because that's what it's missing, and then another Rice Krispie Treat. And they sold out within 30 minutes of that event going on, and I bought 4 of them. And I'm okay with saying that, because they were great, and I did manage to bring 3 of them home. There we go. There's a good pick. So we had the judges, yours truly, Pastor Dan, and Chef Laura Simmons from Geneva Golf and Country Club. So they take it very seriously. I have to say I'm very impressed with Grace Lutheran, and it's awesome. 13 chilies. And again, now I'm on my chili fast until next time. All right, our guests are patiently waiting. It's nice to have 2 folks here at 8:30 in the morning, especially on a Monday, with it being a little rainy out. We have Kelly Cunningham, who's been here before. She's the Meals on Wheels coordinator with Senior Resources. And it's Lori, right? Lorette. Why do I have Lori? Did you send me Lori?
No.
No.
I don't think so. Maybe.
Wow.
Good
Lorette,
to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. Kelly, great to see you.
Thank you.
I'm looking at the email this morning, and you referenced Lorette, and I'm like, I have her down as Lori. And I apologize, Lorette. Welcome. It's great to have you here. So Lorette is the Adult Day Director with Senior Resources. Which is a great place here in Muscatine. And I wonder, on a day like this where it is raining, does it put a damper on any plans that we had to get out and about, or is it still a little too early as far as...
It's early, so,
yeah.
But we have breakfast. We serve breakfast early in the morning.
Perfect.
So, and then we usually play games after that.
Awesome.
And then we have snack. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes we exercise.
Good.
We have to, use our mental stimulation.
Right.
Get in there.
I was going to say,
So,
a lot of do you do a lot of word searches, crosswords?
yes, we do.
Sudoku?
We do those. We do Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, Hangman.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Wheel
we
of
gotta
Fortune,
use,
sign me up. This sounds fantastic. Kelly, do you ever find yourself just wanting to chime in on a Jeopardy game? You're like, what is, no, you know the answer or no?
I kind of do now. So they're on the 2nd floor. I'm on the 1st floor.
Okay.
I was not even aware Jeopardy was happening, and now I need to start finding reasons to go upstairs.
You need to get up there.
And just kind of hover until, and then shout out things and run back to my office.
Like, Lorette, I know the answer. And you're like, shh, Kelly, stop. You can't, you work here. But no, I think that's great, right? To keep sharp, there's different fun. And I feel like Wheel of Fortune is one of those shows, and Jeopardy, that's just going to be on forever.
Yes.
It's a staple. Most people will eat dinner, watch the news, and then Wheel of Fortune comes on. Right? They just know where to find it. I want to mention a save the date that we're going to put out there, and I think this is exciting. So we're going to kind of get to some of the the schedule for March with Senior Resources,
Yes.
but I was excited, Kelly, when you sent me the save the date for the community cookout. So this is super exciting, and it's nice to think about June as it's not too far away. I mean, we're sitting here on March 9th. The time is going by quickly, so getting everybody excited and at least put this date in your calendar, right? So we're talking about June 6th, is that correct?
Yes, that's
Perfect.
correct.
Okay.
I know, it's so exciting that there's a prospect of summer and and picnics happening where it feels like we just had a blizzard, 2 days ago.
Not too long ago.
Because
right?
kind of we did. But yeah, this is something they've been doing every year for a while now. There'll be more details to come in the coming months, but it's always in the same place, kind of in that block in front of City Hall, downtown, in between City Hall and the Farmers Market. So you can, hit the farmers market, then the cookout. There was like meat and at least 2 sides last year.
Awesome.
And then you get like a water with that, help a good cause, get some food that you don't have to cook.
Oh, it's
sit
nice
outside.
that it was moved downtown. For a couple of years, it happened at Discovery Park.
Yeah.
And one of the years it was really windy. I remember that because we were kind of getting blown around. And then the decision to go downtown, and then like being right near the farmers market, the award-winning Muscatine area farmers market. It's great. So, and if you're watching and you're thinking June 6th seems too far away, it's not.
It's not.
And at least put it in your phone or jump on Facebook and check out the event. That's what's nice about social media events is you can hit like interested or going, and then it'll remind you as we get closer. So do you need anything, or is it really just about locking the date in right now? Like, do you need people to get involved as far as, is there going to be like a cooking contest aspect to it? Or?
No, they've done that in previous years, but now it's just you don't have to put in any work other than coming and or buying a ticket ahead of time. And it's just about securing details. We really just want to make sure that we can start getting the word out now, so that people know to come.
It's super cool. All right, so there you go, June 6th. That'll be here before you know it, and I like that. Yeah, all you have to do is show up now, right? We're not asking anything more of you out there except come to downtown Muscatine and support Senior Resources. You had a visitor at Senior Resources the other day.
We did.
Frankie the pig.
Yeah, we
So I don't usually get emails with pictures of pigs that often, but I was like, okay. So Frankie came from the school district,
yes,
or
from
what?
I think it's from Franklin School, I believe. So I visited.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Right?
It was really cool.
I mean, again, it's not that off. Chad, I think I emailed you a picture of Frankie. So what, like, was Frankie hanging out as part of the adult day?
Yes, he came and visited.
Okay.
And then at the end, he didn't want to go home, so he made noise. And they were trying to give him crackers to go home, and he did not want to go home.
Really? He wanted to stay?
Yeah, he wanted to make noise, his snorting noise. And
It's not something you see all the time.
No.
Yeah.
And I petted him, and I never realized it, but his hairs are really hard.
Sure.
And then his nose is very cold.
Right.
So.
What did everybody think? I mean, did they just love him or what?
Yeah, they fed him. They thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it's a really cool thing to have for the school district, and then to bring Frankie to Senior Resources. I don't know. I like the idea a lot. I think it's, as inevitably we're all going to get older, right?
Yes.
So having activities and places to go, friends to make, experiences like Frankie the pig hanging out, it just makes sense, right?
Yep.
I mean, I just think it's just such a great picture, just like because Frankie, I mean, not that Frankie isn't intelligent, but he probably wasn't like gonna stop and pose for the picture, right? Like, Frankie, hang on, I know you're smelling everything, but real quick, could you just give me your good side? And Frankie's like, this is my good side, right there, right? All right, so March 9th is here. You have a whole calendar
Yes, I do.
Activities, and I guess, Lorette, is it important for people to know everything that we're going to talk about with this calendar, like all that's going on in Senior Resources and the Adult Day? How, if they want to get involved, what's the best way to do that?
Well, you can call me at 263-727
7292. Great.
Sorry.
Now we both forgot the phone number.
263-7292 if they're interested in taking
just
part.
Extension 108, and ask for me,
Perfect.
Lorette.
Okay.
And if you do want to visit, if the elders want to visit, they get a free day.
Awesome.
So, and then, you know, we show them around what we have, play games, or we're going outings.
Sure.
Like this month, we're going to the library. Every third of the month, we go to the library.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So, and then there it is.
There's the entire calendar. Again, we're talking about senior resources and everything that's happening. Does that say lunch karaoke? Or there's karaoke?
There's
Last
karaoke.
week you had karaoke?
Yeah, karaoke.
What?
There's a couple come in, and they set up the karaoke, and we all sing. I mean, there's some good singers there.
That's super cool. So we're on March 9th. You can see what the schedule is for today at Senior Resources, right?
Yep.
Tomorrow, games, exercise, lunch, and then heading to McDonald's.
For ice cream, yum yum.
That's super cool. So when you head out on an outing like that, how many folks are going with you?
Probably about 10 to 11 people. And that includes
Yeah.
Steph too. Steph is going. And we have a book club.
Okay.
And then we also have a participants special day, so they get to select what they would like to do that day.
That's
Can
fantastic.
be anything.
Yeah.
And then we also have a theme day. We have a cruise ship.
Okay.
So we invited Hershey Manor there. So that would be interesting.
So that'll be fun, right? And
Yeah.
do you get the responsibility of putting the calendar together and
There's
coordinating all
another
of this? Because it
lady,
seems like it's a lot of work.
Johnny and I, we tried to
Okay.
put it together. Well, all the staff, we kind of talk about it, see what we can come up with.
Sure.
So,
But this is great. Again, throughout the entire month, you can see there's the cruise ship day on the 24th, which will be here very soon. And I know obviously it's important to get out, and we want the weather to cooperate so that none of the planned outings have to get changed, right? How about, was a hedgehog visit? Is that what
we're
that said?
getting that one too.
That's super cool.
Yeah. I've never seen a hedgehog in real life, so that would
Right.
be kind of
Me neither.
I was going
interesting.
to say, you guys, this is so great.
Now, last month we had the police officer and his K9 come.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that was a really
That's
big
a cool
hit.
experience,
Yes.
isn't it? So as much as it is about these shared experiences, I mean, you have to just witness the camaraderie between everybody, right? I'm assuming that even if it's the first time somebody's coming or their, 15th time, everybody, wow, look at that,
There's
that's a great
that,
picture
yeah.
right there. So just talk about that, right? Like there's probably a lot of friendships that have been built
Yes.
throughout the course of the different activities and events, right?
Especially the vets. There's some
Sure.
vets over there, and they all have a bond. There's no way you can't break that bond.
Yep.
So they come there and they talk about, one talks about jumping out of an airplane.
Wow. So, and then for people that are watching that maybe feel inclined to wanting to get involved to do a presentation, that's probably something else that we should mention,
Yeah.
right? They could reach out and say, hey, whether it's police dog or whatever the case may be, right? If somebody wants to come to Senior Resources and share, I know that that's something you're looking for, right?
And we also have we have a saxophone gentleman coming, so he comes there too once a month.
So it's full of different type of events and activities.
Right.
And then Kelly, with you and Meals on Wheels, I mean, there's just so much that's going on at Senior Resources. It's wild to think about.
Yeah.
How is the Meals on Wheels program?
It's going really well.
Good.
It's growing, which is so great. We have, I think last time I was here, we still had the 4 routes Monday through Friday. We now have 5.
Wow.
So that's such a great, a great problem to have. That means, the word is getting out, more people are getting the resources that they need.
Sure.
I think we, our numbers kind of fluctuate, but I think right now we're about like 45 meal recipients.
Wow.
And, it's great. It's, it takes about an hour roughly to deliver, and, it's a very pleasant way to spend an hour in the middle of your day. So
I was going to say, so do you still need volunteers to help get meal? Because now
I do.
You added a route. That's impressive.
Yes,
Okay.
I do. I do need more people. Kind of, we have a lot of regulars and a lot of great people that have been doing this for a lot of years, and this. I literally could not run this program without the volunteers.
Sure.
So, but now we have this extra route, and so now we need more great people to start their journey of doing this for a whole bunch of years. Like, it is such a delightful, a delightful experience because everyone's so happy to see you. You really do get to brighten someone's day just by, knocking on their door, saying how are you, and smiling, and bringing their food. So
it's pretty incredible to have that. And to know that the program is growing.
It is. Yeah.
And there again, and we talked about this the last time you were here, but for folks that are interested in volunteering, they could be the only contact the recipient has?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, that's a weird thing to think about. Like, and until it happens to you where you're making a delivery, and I have had this experience where somebody was like, "You're the first person I've seen in 3 days," and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, I see people."
Yeah.
All I mean, just in walking from my office to do this show, I've seen more. So
yes.
But that's like, so yeah, even if it is a brief interaction, it's super meaningful.
It is
to the recipients, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have a lot of seniors that are living alone. Sometimes their family has, moved away.
Sure.
So it's just kind of them. I think you kind of get out of the house and socialize with your friends less once you get to a certain age.
Sure.
So yeah, oftentimes you are the only person they see that day. And it's nice to be able to provide that for them. Like it's a good way. Like my heart is always full after I finish it. And I've been doing it for a while, and I do it pretty constantly, and it's still enjoyable every single time.
So what is that schedule like? I mean, obviously it's Monday, March 9th. You're talking about an additional route with Meals on Wheels. So has stuff gone out? I mean, what is it? It's just about 9 a.m. right now. So when do things start to happen with Meals on Wheels on a given Monday?
On a given Monday, the volunteers will start arriving at the hospital about 10:30.
Okay.
A lot of them like to get there early, and then the meals are usually ready roughly between 10:45 and 11.
Okay.
And then as soon as your route is fully pieced together, you are good to go. And then, you said about your delivery, we keep them. It's another reason why we added the 5th, because some of them were getting really large, these routes. So, we've broken them up, so it'll take you about an hour. Then by maybe 11:30, 12, you're dropping the empty bags back off at the hospital, and you're on your way to the rest of your day. Yeah.
What an unbelievable thing to be able to do, to get out and really make a difference and brighten someone's day. And that's what, Lorette, you get to do that with all of the different activities that happen. And then Kelly, for you with that experience, it's great. Let's see. On Facebook, Cheyenne says, "Kelly, you're awesome and you look great." What am I, chopped liver over here, Cheyenne? What do I got? Nothing? I mean, I woke up, I put a little moisturizer on under the eyeballs, get some of the, but I got nothing. I'm just kidding. I know,
brushed
Cheyenne.
my hair, Cheyenne, for you. You're welcome.
I used an extra shot of hairspray. Very flammable.
Yes.
And then Megan Francis says, "Good morning, ladies. You're doing great work at Senior Resources." I love how everybody just gets along. It's unbelievable. Whether it's folks like Megan at Sunnybrook and Lutheran Living Senior Campus. I mean, everybody just seems, the common goal is to take care of people.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, we're looking at the board of directors, and I see Megan Francis at the top, and look, Naria Strickland, treasurer, my boss is on there, Matt. So people care, and it just makes sense that we have Senior Resources as a well-supported place in town, right?
Yeah.
We need Senior Resources.
Right.
There's not going to be the Fountain of Youth where all of us can just stay at I don't know if I would stay at 36, I might stay at 30 years old. But right until that happens, we want to make sure that Senior Resources is there. Do you feel like there are certain services, in addition to what we've talked about this morning, that are offered at Senior Resources that people might not be aware of?
Yeah, we actually just started on, I believe, January 13th, a food pantry, a mini food pantry in Senior Resources. It's actually in my office.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just, a mini pantry full of non-perishables.
Sure.
It's open from 8:30 to 12:30 Monday through Friday, and seniors can come in and take whatever they need. We don't ask for proof of income or anything like that. We usually will have people fill out a NAPIS form, which is something we use to help us for funding and grants and whatnot, but we just want people to have all the things that they need, so they can just stop in and see me and grab some. Yeah.
Well, and food insecurity is real in Muscatine County, right?
It is.
And it doesn't. The thing about food insecurity doesn't discriminate by age.
No.
Right. So if the assumption is as you get older, you're not having to worry about where your next meal is coming from, that's not true.
No.
Right.
Not.
There are too many people in this county that deal with food insecurity. So that's fantastic to know.
Yeah.
And a nice offering that's there if folks need it. So please keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
Lorette, how long have you been involved with Senior Resources?
A year.
A year.
Yeah.
So what do you think a year into it?
It's very rewarding.
I was going to say.
I love it. I mean, I have so much fun with the participants. 'Cause I'm a I like to have fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
get wild a little bit. It can get wild.
You get wild?
Oh yeah,
that
we can
karaoke
get
is no
wild.
joke.
So wait a minute, this karaoke, like, should I drop in the next time you do
Yes,
karaoke?
please
Yes.
do.
It
Please
gets
do.
wi-
I mean,
the quote is wild. You heard it here, folks.
I cannot
Okay.
sing, but I participate.
It doesn't mean you can't try,
I know,
right?
you
Listen,
have
I can't
fun,
carry
I
a tune
don't
either, but I
care.
love karaoke.
Yeah,
That's the
I
best
don't care.
karaoke
Yeah.
is when you're not good at it.
And then I was going to say something too. We have
Sure.
a town meeting with all the participants. We do
Okay.
that near the end of the month.
Okay.
And we discuss what they would like to do. So we're trying to see, if we can help them go somewhere. Like they like to go bowling.
Yeah.
So we try to go on an outing and go bowling.
So feedback is
Right, very important.
That's
Very
good.
important.
I like that approach to kind of have that. It needs to be a two-way street.
Right.
Obviously, you can create a calendar and get things, laid out to do, but to be able to listen to people and hear what they
Yes.
have to say and then take it that next step to make it happen. That's very nice. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
You have some sheets here. Is there other stuff that
Well,
I need to mention?
I would like
don't
to
wanna-
hang this up, and
Yeah.
this will be hung up. I don't know if you can see
Yeah,
this
Brad
or
can
not.
zoom in right there. No problem. So this is, this is perfect.
It's a
Look at that.
flyer. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Okay, this is absolutely great. So, Senior Resources Adult Day Center, breakfast, lunch, snacks, activities, crafts, karaoke, socialization, door-to-door transportation.
Yes, they have non-emergency and they have the Musca bus.
So that's, Lorette and Kelly, that's so nice, right, for people to understand, like,
Yeah.
this resource. And what time are we talking about the Adult Day Center? What are your hours?
Hours are from 7:30 in the morning
Okay.
till 4 p.m. in the afternoon.
Okay.
So serve 7:30. That's between 7:30 and 8:30. We serve breakfast.
Okay.
So-
Are folks there, does it vary? I mean, do you have folks that are there for a couple hours, the entire
You
day?
can do a couple hours. You can do a half a day. You can do half a day in the afternoon, half a day in the morning. You can come all day, whatever you prefer. And sometimes what it is too is the kids are watching, or the adult kids are taking care of their parents and they're
Sure.
working and they don't know what to do with their parents.
Sure.
Come on down. We can help out. We can talk about it.
Yep.
So
Well, and that respite time, right? I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
Yes.
I think about my mom and her siblings caring for their parents. We didn't have a senior resources where I grew up, but like, what an incredible place. And it's not, the approach is not like, oh my gosh, I got to get away. It's
Yeah.
not that's not how people are looking at it, right?
Yeah.
Because when you're taking someone to the adult day center, maybe they're stubborn and it's their first time, but I guarantee you they're going to like it.
Yes.
Because there's so much going on.
Yes, there
and
is.
then for the caregiver, family member, whomever that may be, I imagine what you hear time and time again is like, the person that is going to the adult day center is like, what do you think they got going on tomorrow over there? Right? I mean, that probably happens more than than you think. Like, it's not just like, oh, I can't believe you're taking me there again. No, like it's a good
Yes.
thing, and it's okay to utilize. If you're watching and you're caring for someone, don't look at it as like, I don't know, you're not neglecting them. It's just it's there for a reason, right? Am I saying that wrong?
Right.
I mean,
No,
that's fair,
that's
though,
right.
No,
It's like
yeah.
another family. Like you're
Yeah.
just putting them with
Yeah.
different families so
Yeah.
that you can go
Sure.
to the grocery store or
Well-
your own doctor's appointment or, run your errands, whatever it is that you need to do.
you need to do,
Well, and Lorette, you mentioned like the fact that you have, veterans that are there, so people can assimilate. They have things in common, right? And that's where, and nobody says you can stop making friends at a certain age.
No.
That's why I like
No.
coming back to that point about the friendships that are forged at the Adult Day Center. I mean, what a great story to have.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
that's
is.
super exciting to me. We're also looking at some other services on the website. Of course, the SHIP program is
Yes.
fantastic. Wow, the SHIP program, Senior Health Insurance Information Program. Insurance, I'm here to tell you, I'm 36. I don't even understand what kind of insurance I have. I know how much it costs.
Yep.
And then, but I don't know. I mean, and as I get older, I'm not going to understand it any better, certainly. So to have SHIP in place to help people navigate, literally, like, I mean, insurance shouldn't be as confusing as it is.
No.
But it's really like you have to have a degree sometimes to do it. So that SHIP program has been such a big deal, right?
Oh yeah, especially during open enrollment.
Yes, absolutely.
We were getting just call after call after call, and we have 6 volunteers, I believe,
Wow.
in the SHIP program. the counselors that
Sure.
are just, we're working tirelessly all day, sometimes 6 to 7 days a week. They are so amazing.
Yeah.
They go through yearly training to answer all of your questions and just really genuinely want to like help people understand and save money. It's a really great program.
It's absolutely fantastic. We're kind of looking at the staff list as well for everybody that's doing good work at Senior Resources. Kelly came to us from like California,
Yes.
so I feel we can blame the mild winter on you,
Fair,
which is
fair.
nice,
I'll take
because
that.
I imagine the year before when we had those 50-degree below, Meals on Wheels, what I'm getting at, had to be canceled a couple of times. Like, have you looked at how many times in 2019 Meals on Wheels had to be like, we can't do it because of the weather, versus how things shaped, maybe 2018 into 2019, and now 2019 into 2020 probably hasn't even been.
We've, I think,
close,
maybe
right?
canceled it twice this year.
That's awesome.
I haven't checked the numbers for last year, but
Yeah.
I know, because I work at Flickinger Learning Center also.
Sure.
There was a lot of canceled school, and if
Oh,
school
yeah.
cancels, then Meals on Wheels cancels. So I
Let me
imagine.
just tell you, there was a whole week of school extra
Yes.
last
Yes,
year, because I was
last
trying to
year.
buy a house from a teacher, and we had to wait another week. Thanks a lot, Mother Nature. But no, that's a good point, right? Like, whether it's 4, 5, or 6 days, those are days that folks that benefit. Again, if the recipient of a Meals on Wheel meal doesn't have any contact outside of that volunteer that's bringing them food, just follow me on this, y'all that are watching. Like, what happens when the weather steps in, intervenes, and you have to cancel Meals on Wheels? It's terrible. I don't want to think about that. So I
don't
do
either.
hope that we're done with winter.
Yes, I
me
hope so
too.
Because we can survive a little rain. I'm looking outside right now. It's raining. We're not going to melt, right? Like, none of us are going to walk out and, like, what a world, melt into a puddle or something. But no, it's just nice, because I want people to be able to be taken care of.
Me too.
You know?
I agree.
And the Meals on Wheels program is just one of the many really good things that's happening at Senior Resources. If we recap, June 6th will be here soon for the community cookout, so save the date, downtown Muscatine. The Adult Day Center is rocking and rolling, sometimes rocking.
Yes,
Lorette says
yes.
it's getting a little wild.
Yes.
There is the save the date for June 6th in front of City Hall, downtown Muscatine, 215 Sycamore Street. It's a great event, and if you're watching and you want to get involved with Senior Resources, I would encourage you to do so. Maybe it is just as easy as doing a presentation at the Adult Day Center, or volunteering with Meals on Wheels, or, as I always say, if you're rich and you don't know what to do with all your money, write a check to Senior Resources.
Yeah.
They're taking care of people, right?
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
I mean,
Yes.
it's just, how else do you want me to put it? But I hope that you'll at least come on June 6th, because that'll be a good time. Is there anything that's coming up, or that you're working on or wanting to try to do? I just figured I'd ask. And the answer doesn't have to be yes, or maybe it's a secret and you can't talk about it, or whatever.
We have kicked around the possibility
Okay.
of maybe doing a trivia night at some point in the future.
Okay,
So
That's
stay
good.
tuned for that.
Trivia night, Trivia night fundraiser.
Yeah, because trivia nights are a good time, and
They are.
it's something that's like really fun to do.
Yeah.
While you're helping out a good cause.
Yeah,
So.
if you can support. I mean, listen, we're talking about everybody here as we get older. This is life. It's going to happen, and we want to ensure the strength of the Senior Resources so that we can keep taking care of people.
Yes,
It's a really
absolutely.
great place.
Yes.
Like, I personally don't plan on getting any older than this, but we have to take care of our grandparents and everyone else,
Right.
like these two, that
Kelly
are going to
is
keep getting
from-
older.
Wait a
It
minute.
is very hurtful. I feel like listen. I'm not dyeing any hair. I'm aging how I'm aging. Right. I see the grays. It's always a little concerning when you're getting your hair cut and they're like, "You got a lot of gray on the side," and I'm like,
Yeah, I get that. Been there.
I'm like, that's fine, but I don't ever want to dye my hair, right? Like, I just let
lean
it
into it.
happen. I like to say husky George Clooney, a little salt and pepper action going on there, right? All right, so I appreciate both of you being here. The March
thank
calendar
you.
is packed full of events. And if you're watching and you want to learn more, visit the website for Senior Resources social media.
Yes.
But then more importantly, if you're out there and you feel like, wow, that Adult Day Center seems like a great opportunity, go have a conversation. Stop by, check it out.
Yep.
It's a really incredible place. And then Meals on Wheels, if you are, I know so many of these retired people that are busier now than they were when they were working.
Yes.
If you are one of those retired people and you're looking for a way to give back in an incredible, rewarding way, Meals on Wheels is for you. Talking about an hour and a half of your time, literally delivering food to people that need it.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. What a way to help out. And I know so many retired people, I feel like And then you don't have to be retired to do this, but I mean,
yeah,
what an unbelievable thing to be able to do with your day.
Absolutely. We also do, high school students can also deliver too, so it counts for your silver cord hours. So if you know anyone that's in high school, that's also an option.
And spring break is next week, so maybe you knock out some silver cord next week by delivering with Meals on Wheels. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you both for being here. Kelly,
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for all you do. I mean,
it's fun. It's very rewarding.
Yeah.
The karaoke, huh?
Come on down. It's the first Tuesday of every month.
First Tuesday of the month doing karaoke. Wow. I feel like I wouldn't want to go back to work. I feel like
you don't have to.
I'm going to take a sick day and hang out with my friends. That's great. All right. We can go. What are we going to do? Aisle cam or cart cam, Chad? What do you think? Aisle cam, perfect. We'll go to the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam. And again, I encourage you to get involved, and please make it a point to be there on June 6th to the community cookout. That'll be a good time. We know that for sure.
Absolutely.
And in downtown Muscatine, right near City Hall. All we need is the weather to cooperate on June 6th. It's that easy, right?
Yeah.
All right, very good. Here we go. Aisle cam in the store near the Chinese department, sushi, and kind of looking this way. You can sort of see the Market Grill in the background where we're doing the show from live inside the Market Grill Express. I don't love that it's raining, but again, it is better than snow, and it is better than it being cold. And I definitely had 2 umbrellas in my garage that I'm just now remembering are there. So that's good that I didn't grab an umbrella. Maybe by the time I leave later, it'll have stopped raining. I don't know. But there's somebody walking by the store right now with an umbrella. So please, if you're watching, get an umbrella. And don't be like me and leave 2 umbrellas at your house. That is no good. Does Steve have the Toyota Muscatine cart cam? He does. All right. Steve, the man with the plan, has the cart cam, everybody. Thank you, ladies. You did marvelous. Kelly has a fantastic umbrella. Jeez Louise, that thing means business. All right, so March 9th is National Barbie Day. It's National Crab Meat Day, National Meatball Day, National Get Over It Day. What are you trying to get over? And National Napping Day. Oh, doesn't it sound like a good idea to eat some crab meat, maybe eat some meatballs, and then take a nap? And you can see the seafood case at the back of the store with some crab meat in it, looking very good. Shout out to the one and only Captain John DeNovo, Hy-Vee Seafood Manager. He starts that case from scratch down to the ice and makes it look oh so good every single day. So just in that shot alone, I see crab meat, I see crab cakes, some shrimp. Obviously, Lent still rocking and rolling. If you're adding more seafood into your diet, please consider the best and highest quality seafood. That comes from Captain John at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. We had a lot of fun last week with that 2-day meat sale and the ribs. Sold 100 racks of ribs on Friday in less than 3.5 hours. That was wild. Somehow I managed to get a rack of ribs. So I don't know how that worked out, but I feel like I hit the jackpot. So you saw where there's some crab meat, and then Chris, honest to goodness, Chris with the meatballs, these are really good. I've bought these several times, I have to tell you. This is a good meatball. So it's National Meatball Day. Meatballs pretty low in carb and sugar. These are the Cardano, classic Sicilian, classic Italian spicy Sicilian. Brad, you want to come in on this right here? I got a little meatball action. Ooh wee! It's a spicy Sicilian. You know I'm Sicilian, y'all. Do you know that? I have a ton of family in Palermo, right? The Locansole family is a good family. So there's just a random bag of meatballs. Did we place that in there? That's awesome. There's just a bunch of seafood and then just a random bag of meatballs. Because, again, it's National Crab Meat Day and Seafood Day. Anybody else have an issue? And listen, this is marvelous, the imitation crab meat. I just think it's funny how they package it, right? It's like vacuum sealed, flake style imitation crab. Like I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Like crack it open, get some warm butter, and go to town. But I'm here to tell you, these meatballs, again, they're really good, right? And they are super easy to prepare. You're going to heat your oven to 375 degrees, place the meatballs on an aluminum foil lined baking sheet, bake for 15 minutes, gently turn the meatballs over and bake for an additional 13 to 14 minutes. You want to get that internal temperature of 165 degrees. So what I like about this brand in particular is they have different styles. So this one being the spicy Sicilian, they would have ones that wouldn't be spicy, and then regular. And here's the thing, like if you're the kind of person that's going to make your own meatballs, God bless, good for you. But if you have 3 kids and you don't have a lot of time to get all the ingredients and roll the meat. Oh, the meatballs, I don't have time. This is fine. This is okay to buy. Don't feel bad. Or if you get a meatball in a bag, don't feel bad about it. These are great. Maybe you just dance. You do a little meatball jig. Go meatball, go meatball. It's your birthday. Go meatball. Dance a meatball. Look at those arms. Direct eye contact. Go meatball. It's weird that it has a nose. Go meatball, and kind of a dimple in its meatball chin. That's weird. That's a very weird GIF or GIF if you'll have it. These are good, right? I'm a meatball. Look at me. I'm a giant meatball, right? I love meatballs. They're good. And maybe you are. Listen, now on the opposite end of that whole conversation, if you are the kind of person that's like, I make my own meatballs and I have the best recipe, well, you do you, boo-boo. Then come to Hy-Vee and buy all the ingredients that you need. Maybe you're like, I do half of a ground chuck and then I bring in some Italian sausage and some spices and a little bit of egg, and then you use the binding agent with some breadcrumbs, and then you do a little roll action. You don't mind getting your hands all meaty. You do a little roll, little meat roll, cotton candy sweet and low. Let me see your meatball roll, and then you get them out, you bake them off, and you're good to go. Maybe that's what you do. I don't have time for that. I'm sorry. But I do have time to put these in the oven and not burn them, because that's essentially what your job is. So that's okay. Carando meatballs. Right? Stick them in there. It's great. Now, I wish they were the size of the little toy gun here. That's, yeah, like a bigger, look at that. The plastic toy foam. That's the kind of, this is the size of a meatball I would be after, right? The bigger the meatball, the better, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, this is a great choice. Great choice. Is it weird if for lunch I just want to buy this and then hey, could you guys cook these for me? Is that fine? Can you guys cook these meatballs? Maybe I asked Chef Scott that. I saw Chef Scott this morning. I'm going to tell you this, Chad, we got to go wherever you want to find it. It's definitely on the Hy-Vee page, but Chef Scott made a burger last Friday. Okay, now this guy is cray-cray. So he tells me last week, Chef Scott's like, hey, on Friday, this past Friday, I'm going to make a burger. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, I'm going to make my own pretzel bun. And I'm like, how about You're going to what? So the dude, the Chef Scott, legitimately made his own pretzel bun for this burger that we're going to show you in a second. So I bought this burger in this picture and brought it home this past Friday. And it was a pretzel bun with, all right, so it's going to be below that. You're going to die when you see this. I can't believe the guy made his own pretzel bun. I'm like, how did you do that? I watched him doing it, and I still don't have the answer for how he did it. So it'll be coming up here in just a minute. There's that new Keystone Light beer. Some pretty flowers, some snack sale stuff, the ribs. We're getting closer, and wait for it. It's going to be right below that one, I reckon. Coming in hot, maybe. Yes. Oh, my gosh. All right. I'd go, either pick. Holy smokes. All right. There's a lot to process in that picture. Pretzel bun, homemade from scratch, okay? Then you're talking about a hand-pattied burger, all right? Fresh, never frozen, secret seasoning. Then he made his own beer cheese. And if that wasn't enough, the guy made his own peppercorn. I don't know, is he here? I'm half inclined to just pull him in here to ask him about it, but I know he was working on a catering maybe. That burger was, I had this much because I'm a nice husband. I brought home a rack of ribs because they were $10 because I ain't no fool, right? When I got my rack of ribs, there was one rack of ribs left. I was like pretend this is the ribs. I took it out of the warmer and I was just like, I paid for it, but I kind of quickly scurried away because I was like, there's one rack of ribs left. People aren't going to accuse, and I did not take the last rack of ribs. Thank you. So I come home on Friday with the full rack of ribs, and the burger. And my wife's like, oh, I'm definitely eating the burger. And I'm like, what? So I took a little sliver, and it was glorious. So what I'm here to tell you is Chef Scott, Friday night dinner right here in the Market Grill Express. Keep an eye out on Facebook. Follow along with what the man is up to, because I promise you it'll be the best dinner. That was $10 for that burger and fries, and then dollar drafts. So as we're taking that picture on the bar Friday of the burger, there's a full crowd in here drinking dollar beers. And I was off the clock, and if I didn't have to hustle home, I would have absolutely drank a beer. But I was being responsible. Shout out to my friend Miranda, who's watching. Hello, Miranda. Miranda, you still, maybe next week during spring break, you're trying to get Eli out of the house, bring him in. He can hang out, say hi. That would be super cool. Chef Scott is coming over, everybody. I just wanted to ask you, and have a seat. I'm sure you're busy doing stuff, but not at all. He says, you're a liar. Clip that on there, a little chefery coat there. So, Chef Scott Long, Steve handing me I'm a meatball, bite me right here, everybody. You know, it's National Meatball Day. How about that?
Oh, how about that?
I bet you have, and I'm not even trying to put you on the spot, of course, but you probably have a good recipe for meatballs, don't you?
I have dabbled. I've dabbled.
Oh, I love it. I was saying that, like, for people that don't have a lot of time, stuff like this, like the little Corando meatballs, are perfectly fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? But I bet as a professional chef. All right, so I want to, Chad, can we show this burger picture again? So I was just telling people at home, they need to make sure they're paying attention to what you're doing whenever you're doing like a dinner special, because it is so good. This burger last week, you made the pretzel bun. And I just want, I can't explain what you were doing, but you had like a pan on the stove at the chef station that was an what was it? It was like an alkaline
It's
mix?
alkali solution, so you need a certain ratio of, like, basically I use baking soda and water, and you'll boil the dough in the baking soda water, and that creates that nice chewy texture and gives it that little pretzel taste. And then you just egg wash it, and then it gives it that lovely brown color right there. And
but I still don't understand, like, you made a pretzel. And I watched you do it, and I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden it comes out and it looks like a pretzel bun. So what else was going on there? So pretzel bun from scratch, and then beer cheese, and what else?
I had a beer cheese sauce on there with a little grainy mustard and peppercorns, and I did a creamy mustard sauce as well with a touch of horseradish in there as well. It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
So I told everybody that and then of course bacon, just because, well. Yeah.
There's caramelized onions on there as well.
Oh, the caramelized onions were so good. Yeah. So I took one home, and I'm driving. I'm not proud to be texting and driving and Facebook posting, but I was. Anyways, I'm driving with my niece, and my wife's like, I'm absolutely eating the burger. So I got like a little corner, and it was fantastic because there was so much going on, but you could taste everything, right?
Yeah.
And I haven't had a pretzel bun in a while, and like the burger was good, everything else just worked. So yeah, I just hope if people are watching, you trust that when this guy is doing something, he's killing it. Do you have plans for this Friday?
I'm gonna try to do a grilled Iowa chop.
A grilled Iowa chop. Okay, this is exciting. So a grilled Iowa chop is obviously a big old pork chop.
Big old pork chop. And
thick cut or what?
I think I'm gonna go thick cut. So
Friday the 13th, this Friday, you can trust Chef Scott in the house. Grilled Iowa chop. What do you go with on a side? You go like mashed potato or what?
I think I was gonna do some scalloped sweet potatoes.
Scalloped sweet potatoes?
It's gonna be like it's.
I know what scalloped potatoes are, but
scallops. I'm gonna do a nice layer of cheese and maybe some roasted chilies in between each layer, and then it'll pair really well with the smoky grilled flavor of the pork chop.
That is genius.
So
okay, how do you feel about stuffed pork chops? Are you a fan? Not that you're doing a stuffed one.
They take a whole lot longer to cook, so you gotta make sure you're cooking your meat thoroughly when you're stuffing it. Okay. Otherwise, you're gonna could get a little sick. Could get a little sick if you don't do it right.
So this Friday, Iowa chop with scalloped sweet potatoes.
Yes.
I still am having a hard time with that, but I'll absolutely order. And it just makes sense. Like, of course, we want people to come in and have dinner, like dollar drafts. Like I was telling everybody when we took that picture on Friday, there was a full bar, and I know that there were a lot of people here for the Iowa Hawkeye basketball game yesterday. But like, it's okay to take it to go, which is what I did Friday. I took it to go, made it home, and it was fantastic. But of course, we want you to come in and try it for yourself.
I want you to try my food.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, you won't regret it. That's for sure. What's the secret? We talked about National Meatball Day. As a chef, what have you found for folks that are going to DIY it? Is it the right blend of meats? Is it 2 different meats, 3 different, and then do you have to use the right breadcrumb? What do you think makes the best meatball?
Well, first, a lot of people just kind of stick them in the oven.
Okay.
I like to sear them off on a saute pan on all sides first to get a nice little brown crisp. And so we'll get crispy on all sides, then I stick it in the oven. That way it has a nice texture throughout. So you're going to get a little bit of crunch, a little bit of the center. As far as the meat to fat ratio, it's the more fat you're having, you're going to have a juicier meatball. But if you're looking to watch some calories, you can lower it down. But as long as I just got to make sure that you saute them on each side to get that nice brown color on all sides. Otherwise, you're gonna have just a brown on one side. Nobody wants that. You want brown on all sides.
Nobody wants that. Steve handed me he said that this is the secret to your meatballs. It's a bag of meatballs. A professional chef.
It's a good meatball.
What's the secret? Well, the thing is, I open the bag and then I cook them. No, I mean, listen, products like this are fine. And the Carando, I'm here to tell you, they're fine. But if you have the opportunity, and for a lot of people, cooking at home brings their family together, and it's a hands-on, literally, if you're making meatballs, it's a hands-on experience, right? But that's interesting to note. I feel like my grandma, who was my dad's mom, Grandma Babe, Catherine, everybody called her Babe, she's 100% Irish, but she cooked like she was 200% Italian, which I still don't really understand. What I'm getting at is I feel like she would finish her meatballs right in the marinara. Because she had that pan, right? And Grandma's spaghetti is always the best spaghetti, right? There's always that pan that she had that was probably from the 1920s, and it was the homemade marinara or the gravy or the red sauce with like the chicken neck that she would put in it and everything else, and then the meatballs would just plop right in there. Is that a technique, or is my grandma just like trying to combine things a little earlier? Because I feel like other people have done that, where the meatballs are almost done and then they're close enough to being done, right?
I mean, why not? I mean, because then you're going to get the juices from the meatballs going to seep into the sauce and make the sauce taste a little better.
It's great. There's the late Grandma Babe right there.
Oh, look at that.
So she was a rock star. I think she was 93 or 94, 95, or 96. She was in the 90s when she passed. And that lady, I'm telling you, 100% Irish, but she cooked like she was 200% Italian. I don't understand. And that was the best part about that grandma is, just like any good grandma, she would always be like, "You sure you ate enough?" After you're like 3 plates deep and just like, "Oh, Grandma, I promise I'm good. Oh, here's this bag of Werther's candy to take home."
Like, the little strawberry twist things. There you go.
Yeah.
Where do they find them?
You could never have enough of those. All right, so grilled Iowa chop, scalloped sweet potatoes on the menu this Friday.
It's gonna be sweet, smoky, and savory.
Wow. You're not normally here this early. What's the occasion? What are you doing?
I was gonna do a catering this morning.
Okay.
In Wilton.
Okay.
Then other duty called, so I was just doing some management stuff this morning. So.
All right, so Chef Scott in the house. And I say that, and there's a lot of people that watch this at night. It's 9:27 in the morning right now. So just for frame of reference, if you're watching at 10:30 at night, they're like, "What do you mean so early? It's 10 o'clock at night. Did he lose track of daylight savings time?" I can't wait to see what it's going to look like on Friday. I know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And I feel like I admittedly, I feel like I've gotten better when it comes to cooking pork chops at home. Because the last thing that I feel like I want to deal with is overcooking a pork chop. Because then it almost becomes, now I don't want to undercook pork either, chef, but I feel like you have to get it right. Otherwise you run the risk of not being able to even cut into it if it's done too much, right?
Chewing on a shoe if you ever cook it.
I definitely don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. All right, well, anytime you want to come back on the show, you're welcome to, obviously. And that's the dinner special for this week. I'm so excited to know that. We're going to get out ahead of this and promote it even more. Grilled Iowa chop. And there you are right there. Oh, pasta today.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what do you think about some zoodles?
Why not? Well, let's make it happen.
I'm not putting you on the spot. I was also realizing that you got the pasta for lunch and dinner.
I'm wearing white. That's a great idea.
That's going to be good for a pasta toss. Well, you can't trust a clean chef, right?
Right.
I mean, it's a thing.
That's why they have aprons.
Yeah, that's right. Throw on the old apron and do a little pasta, live action pasta toss. That's absolutely fantastic. All right, well, we'll let Chef Scott get back to work, I guess, and I don't think you need these, so I'll keep these here. I feel like maybe that's a thing. Maybe meatball sandwich one of these days.
Yeah, I guess I got to put them on the pasta toss today for sure, right?
Oh,
it's
yeah,
National Meatball Day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bigger the better. I'm saying, like, I don't have any problem with a meatball that's, right?
You want the big plate with the just giant ones on top.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to share it with anybody, right? Those are Tony's.
This is a Lady and the Tramp.
That's a great reference. All right, let's mention our plant-based cooking, which is happening tomorrow here at the store. You could make a plant-based meatball. I'm imagining it would probably be delightful. Like I said yesterday with the Grace Lutheran Chili Cook-Off, the second place chili was a pumpkin chili. It was vegetarian. It was very good. This is plant-based cooking in the club room tomorrow at noon. Green is the theme. If you're watching, $5. You can show up and you can check out what's happening with plant-based cooking. What's on the menu? We're talking recipes for March include broccoli hummus, assorted vegetables, mostly green goddess soup, and a shamrock shake. What? Is that trademarked? I don't know. So this is tomorrow, Tuesday, March 10th, at noon in the club room. Cost again is just $5. Make you holla. All right, I'm gonna take this because you probably have stuff you need to do, and I don't want you to keep you. And then they're like, "Where's Chef Scott?" And he's like, "He's with Tony." What's he doing with Tony? He's talking about meatballs and pretzel buns. Thank you, sir. He's marvelous. He's just marvelous. All right. So I want to show you the ad for this week that's on the back page of the Discover Muscatine newspaper. And there's a lot going on, but I want to highlight March 11th and the Fuel Saver coupon. So if you're watching, you know that it's Monday, March 9th right now. Tomorrow is Tuesday the 10th. And on Wednesday, March 11th, you got to come into the store and check out this coupon. So this is 20 on 20. With every $20 you spend, 20 cents on the Fuel Saver. Chad, I wonder if you zoom out just a hair, because I'm encouraging the folks at home to screenshot that. Take a screenshot of the show, right? Right now, I'll give you 10 seconds. You can take a screenshot with your phone, save that coupon, and then they can scan it at the register. And I don't know if you heard me when I said 20 on 20, stacking Fuel Saver. Every $20 you spend, 20 cents. We've only done this one other time, and it was crazy in here. I mean, I saw people that had almost $3 on their Fuel Saver. So that is Wednesday, March 11th only, okay? Now, if we go back to that ad, at the top, it starts with wine and spirits, and these deals start today. So we'll get this part of the ad out on social media today, right? So these are ready to go. And it runs through Monday, March 9th through Tuesday, March 17th, which of course is St. Patty's Day. So great deals just ahead of St. Patrick's Day, including the brand new Jameson Cold Brew, which I'm excited to try. You can find everything that's on the screen at Wine and Spirits. Kayleen, always ready to take care of you. How about a Fuel Saver on wine? Spend $30 on wine, 17 cents off. That's awesome. Right? And I'm going to tell you this. You could double dip with the 6 bottles of wine, 10% off. So figure it out. 6 bottles of wine, 10% off. You spend at least $30, 17 cent Fuel Saver. That's awesome. There is the coupon, and we can keep that there. This is perfect. The coupon for the 11th, right? So again, March 11th only. And then below that, some Friday the 13th deals. And I love the Friday the 13th font. So those deals are good Friday the 13th, this Friday. So this week there's what? There's a full moon. There's a Friday the 13th. There's parent-teacher conferences. Spring breaks next week. You know, it's wild out there. It's wild. So I love the deals on the Friday the 13th ad. I'm just thinking about things like the Simply Done AA batteries. We go through, wow, so many batteries. I'm trying to think how many times a week my 5-year-old throws the remote control without hitting anything per se. But the batteries just ping, fall right out of them. So we go through a lot of batteries in my house. I can't wait for that deal to take advantage of those batteries. And it's Friday the 13th only right here. So that's a really exciting ad. Look for that on the back page, again, of the Discover Muscatine newspaper in your mailbox tomorrow. The hot deals that are on the front page from last week's ad are still good through tomorrow, Tuesday. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for ways to save throughout the store, you just grab the front page of the Hy-Vee ad, and we're talking about hot deals. Maybe you're going to make your own meatballs, pictured right there with some ground beef. Boy, that's appropriate, isn't it? Ground beef, $1.97. Also in the hot deals, you've got some Greek yogurt. And I can't read that yet. Hang on one second. You've got some yogurt, some salad, some chips, cereal, chicken, and then a little bit of toilet paper and paper towel math. I may not want to say this. All right, let's see. That's true. That's true. Unless your vehicle is wine powered. Steve's saying if you buy several bottles of wine, you may not care about the savings on gas. This is true. Right. Drink responsibly is the MO, right? Take it from your old pal Tony the Meatball. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's just what I have been missing, right? We've been missing a meatball mascot. Forget Red the Down Arrow. We need a dancing meatball in this store. And again, the bird's nest, just a nice touch, right? Just a nice touch. Oh, there's a clip on it too. Thank God. What is it, like somebody going to put that in their hair? Like, is it where? Like, why would they? It almost looks like a barrette thing, right? Like, am I just going to clip that in my hair? Like, why would they have that? But there's a clip on it. Where are you putting this? Chihuahua, where are you putting this bird's nest that it necessitates a clip? I don't know if you can see that. And I'm happy to report this bird's nest is only $5. Oh, that's weird, right? That's a weird thing that it has a clip. I could like put it on my shirt. Put it right there. People think I'm Iron Man. No, it's a bird's nest. I get mistaken for Iron Man all the time. No, it's just a bird's nest. All right, that's really weird, but I like it. I like weird stuff, right? I do. Let the record state. You're welcome. Rock and Roll Bingo is coming up Saturday, March 21st. That's going to be here very soon. So save the date. RSVP at this point, I would tell you, you definitely need to reserve your seat. I don't know why I said reserve weird. 264-2219 is the number to call. Free to play, win Hy-Vee gift cards, listen to a song, look at your card. It's Rock and Roll Bingo. We have done this one time previously, and we had 95 people here in the Market Grill Express. I envision we'll having that many or more. Back on Saturday, March 21st, Rock and Roll Bingo. It will be a good time. I promise you that. We would love to see you here. Save your seat. Also going on for the month of March, when you purchase one of those red recyclable or reusable Hy-Vee grocery bags, you're supporting the United Way of Muscatine. $2.50 is the cost, and $1 from every single bag goes to the United Way. You can see the crew pictured there. And they want you to come and get one of those bags. They are located near the entryway, right near the floral shop. $2.50, $1 goes to the United Way. Tomorrow is Tuesday. We'll go to Wapello with Aisles Online to meet our customers at the official Wapello pickup location. Is somebody hiding back behind the bar right now? Wait for it. Kind of. Maybe. Sort of. I see a head back there. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we go to Wapello. And tomorrow's Tuesday. So please feel free to shop with Aisles Online if you're in the Wapello area. Meet us at the pickup location, and we will get you everything that you ordered ready to go with Hy-Vee Aisles Online. It's an awesome program, and we love taking things to our friends in Wapello. Boy, you're just on fire today, aren't you, Steve? This is his last day. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a very good idea. You know that I'm not a big golf fan, but I would totally tee up a meatball. That's right. I would like to mention this to our friends at Muscatine's Municipal Golf Course, the first annual Meatball Open. Right? What kind of driver are you using? It's a spaghetti noodle. That's a good idea. National Meatball Day. All right. And then the last thing I'll say on the Lutheran Living Senior Campus Community Calendar. There, look, Steve, somebody has thought of it already. Look at that. You've been outdone. Listen, your genius knows no bounds. That is great. Meatball golf. Wow. That's something else. I mean, these do kind of look like meatballs, right? They're almost, or golf balls. They're almost golf ball size. Yeah, that's pretty close. All right, Lutheran Living Senior Campus. Why is the guy from the Food Network on there? Isn't that the Jeffrey, what's his name? That's the Jeff guy. Yeah. Yeah, how many meatballs do you have? 4. That's very good. And it's not a hole that you're hitting to. It's just somebody's open mouth, like, meatball. Duck. No, I don't want a duck. It's delicious. All right, on the Lutheran Living Senior Campus Community Calendar, April 4th will be here soon. The new, oh my gosh, I have a meeting today. I need to remind myself to go to my board meeting. Holy smokes. New Beginnings fundraiser supporting the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter is coming up on Saturday, April 4th, and I have a meeting today at noon that I will go to. I will not forget. I will be there at the meeting at noon today for the fundraiser. And if you're watching, you can get your tickets. You can reserve an entire table. You can sponsor the event 5:30 to 9:30, April 4th, Geneva Golf and Country Club, 18th annual fundraiser supporting the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter. Great time, great cause, and I hope that you'll be there. Please, it's worthy of your time, that is for sure. All right, I want to thank our guests for being here. It was great talking to Kelly Cunningham and Lorette Whistler with Senior Resources here in Muscatine. Kelly does Meals on Wheels. Lorette does the Adult Day program. Senior Resources is a great, great place in town, and we're happy to have them here. If you choose to celebrate National Meatball Day, go all out. Why not? It's your day. National Meatball Day is March 9th. So is Imitation Crab Day. Also National Napping Day. So will you enjoy these and then need to take a nap? Maybe. Right? Potentially. And it's also National Get Over It Day. And National Barbie Day. Holy smokes. What will they think of next? Well, I want to say thank you for watching this show. Thanks to our friends at CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota of Muscatine, and Lutheran Living Senior Campus for their support. If you need anything from me, Hy-Vee@gmail.com is the email address. Feel free to reach out. If you want to come on the show, or if you have any questions or concerns, you can contact us that way. Or just stop by the store. If you're out and about, if you come to Hy-Vee all the time, I'd love to hear your feedback. Or if you have a guest suggestion, someone that we should talk to. If it's not yourself, maybe it's someone you know and you're like, oh my gosh, did you know that this was going on? The answer is I don't know everything that's going on. And I do appreciate the folks that reach out with those suggestions, and we make them happen, right? That's what we're trying to do. So have a good rest of your day or a good evening. Grab the umbrella. It seems like we're going to need it for a couple of days this week. But hey, it's not snowing. It's not cold. And we're going to be A-OK. So thank you for watching this program. And don't forget about Chef Scott. Dinner on Friday, Iowa chop, and some, what do they say, scalloped sweet potatoes. That sounds like a party. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll leave you with a shot of the rainy parking lot. Hey, free car wash, right? Woo, bonus car. Maybe you've been waiting to wash your car. Guess what? It's happening right now. Yep. Maybe you took your car through a car wash on Saturday, Tony, and now you're realizing you didn't need to, but your kid took a stick of deodorant and wrote on your car. So that's why I did it. I wish I was making these stories up, but I'm not. All right, take care, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.